Hey Team Fit It Forward, welcome to our team call. It's August 29th, 2016, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the consistency in the basics, okay? And this is so important because it's really easy to get overwhelmed by everything with the business, and you have your manual and you have all these things going on, and it's like, it's very easy to just say, well, I can't do this business. And the fact of the matter is that this business is really easy, okay? And I know that sounds crazy right now, or from where you're at, or like even for myself and everything that I do, but it really is simple. It's very repetitive, it's very duplicatable, and it's very simple in terms of the steps that you have to take to maintain it. That is the problem. That is the main problem, is because it is so simple, it kind of just ends up being something you don't do. These little daily tasks that you can do, you end up not doing them because they are things that are easy to do or also easy not to do. So I wanted to share with you main basics, if you can't do anything else when you're starting your business, at least these. Talk to you a little bit about consistency and how this is a business that grows over time, and so it takes time to really get momentum and to really get into a place where you're seeing actual income. I mean, obviously you'll see income right away as long as you're signing people up and working with people and everything. But the real income, if you're in this for the long term, if you're in this to quit your job, if you're in this for $1,000 a week in a year, which is like usually what people's goals are, or even 500 or 600 a week, then there's things that you have to be following consistently and every single day and doing these things every single day. And that's really hard for all of us, and it was hard for myself in the beginning because we are programmed to be workers. We're used to going to work and having someone else tell us what to do and having a plan sort of already written out for us, and a time when we should be there, and a time when we go to lunch, and a time when we leave. And so when you have your own business like this and there is that freedom of working when you want to, it's very easy to just pass it up and say, well, I'm not going to do that today, or I don't have to do that today. So if you are serious about this business and you want this to be something that you are doing long term, if you want this to be something that is going to supplement an income so you can go back to school, so you can be free and travel, so you can retire your husband or wife, or whatever your whys are, to be home with your kids, whatever it is, to understand that every single day that you make the choice not to work on the business, you're making a choice staying where you are. Because these little steps that you take every single day are going to get you where you need to be, okay? And they are going to make a difference in the long run. You're not going to see it right there at that moment in time, but you will see it as time goes on. This business, and I've heard it time and time again, and I see it in myself. There is a 60 to 90 day delay. So whatever you're doing now is going to show up 2 or 3 months later, and I've definitely seen that happen. I've seen that happen when I slacked, and I've seen that happen when I've been pushing and pushing every day and doing what I have to do, and then starting to reap the benefits, a few months later. So, it's coming out of that mindset of, okay, I work 6 hours and I get paid X amount of money, and I work 10 hours and I get paid this amount of money. This is different. This is your own business. This is network marketing. It's a little bit different. It takes time to build up to that. And if you will be patient, if you will be consistent, you will see results, okay? If you're doing these basic things. You just have to have the discipline. You just have to be able to say, I talked about business hours a while back. And, in the beginning, me sort of having business hours, that meant like, oh, I'll work on it tonight, and working on it, but like not having a set time to do things, and not having a to-do list, and not having really order when I sat down to do things. Whereas now I have that, and now things are really rolling. So it takes time to learn that. It takes time to get into that whole mindset. It's a mindset shift, which is why you really want to be reading personal development and reading about successful people and business owners and what successful people are doing in order to get where they are. Okay, and I can guarantee you they're not just like, oh, Monday I'll do it, Tuesday I won't, Wednesday I'll do it, what's a week that I don't do it? Again, depending on your goals. You want to stay at $100 a week, you want to stay, here and there, more power to you, do it. But if you're serious and you want to grow and you really want to make this something that's full-time income, these are the things that you have to be doing every day. Simple, basic things that are very easy to do, but easy not to do. All right, so, and guys, you're spending this time on Facebook anyway. If you're on Facebook and you're watching videos and you're just scrolling through the news feed and you're just checking out people's pages and just being nosy and, reading articles just for fun, I mean, that's time that you can be working. That's time that you could be connecting with people and working your business, okay? Facebook to me is a business. When I go on Facebook, it is a pure business. Once in a while, I'll come up on a cute little video or something that I enjoy, and I'll click on and I'll have fun. And even then, in there, I'll start a conversation with comments. If it has, 15,000 comments or whatever, I'll start comments and conversations with people in there. So my mindset is always connecting. My mindset is always networking. My mindset is always Facebook is my job. Facebook is work. Okay, so once you shift into that mindset, again, you start to really understand that, wow, I can actually use this as something that can grow for me. All right, so so let's get started. So covering the basics. Number 1, connecting. Adding at least 3 to 5 people daily. Okay, where are you getting these people, you ask? You're in your groups, okay? Your like interest that you're in there. You're in there, you're talking to people, you're conversating, you're commenting, you're making a post. When people comment on that, you're having a conversation back and forth. If you feel comfortable and you feel like there's a click there, friend request them. Bring it to message, have a conversation with them in message. Do not invite them to your challenge group in the first conversation. Sometimes not even the second conversation. Please don't do this. Please don't be those really annoying people, because it happens to me that are just like, want to buy this, want to buy that, want to do this, want to do, like, no, I don't even know you. Why would I want to do anything with you? Please do not be that person. Just connect. Just see if you even like talking to this person, because this is a person you could potentially be working with. I have many conversations where it just doesn't flow and I'm not feeling it and I don't really invest in it. And then I have conversations that flow easily and I forget that I'm even talking to them about, in the future that they're going to be possible people I'm working with. Enjoy your conversations with people. Enjoy what you're talking about. Build that repertoire with people. Build that relationship with people. Once you're friends, have your list, go back, comment on their stuff, let them see you, let them, see what's going on your page, let them, kind of a week or two have that, that conversation. And then when you feel like it's the right time, send out that invite to them, okay? But 3 to 5 people, reconnecting with your old friends, going back to old high school and this and that. I can't tell you how many great relationships have rekindled just from this business. And like, not even if they have never even joined, but just having that conversation with people that you haven't spoken to in years and finding out you have a lot more in common than you even realized, or maybe you never did and now you do, whatever it is. 3 to 5 people. Again, you don't see it right away. Oh, it's just 3 people that I added. What's the big deal? Those people add up. 3 times 3, 90, even more. You get the idea. Okay, so every day you should have your list, and it should be 3 to 5 people I'm adding today. Now, Facebook, again, you want to make sure you're not over-friending people. You want to keep it at about 5 people, 3 to 5 people a day that you're friending, because you don't want to be marked as a scammer. Okay, so I'm very, very picky with who I friend. If I'm in a group, I make sure I look at their profile. If I see that there's things I'm not really caring for in there, or people that I really don't, I get a feeling, you'll see as we work this more, who you want to work with and who you don't. I really won't waste a friend request on someone like that. Okay, and then eventually what you'll see is that friend requests start coming to you, and that's number 2. Okay, posting daily on your Facebook page 3 to 5 times a day. That's it. Like, there's no question about it. Why? Why are you doing this? 1, you have to build traction, okay? If Facebook sees that you're posting often, what it'll do is it'll bring your Facebook posts to other news feeds. It'll start taking note that you're someone who posts often. So it'll start bringing it up to more news feeds like that. 2, you want to be in people's minds, okay? If people start to see you consistently and the value that you're sharing on your, again, I want to make sure that we're clear on this. Your 3 to 5 is not, just throwing things out there just to throw it out there. If you're being a product of the product, you're exercising, share your workout selfie, share your story. Maybe you were tired. Maybe you want to inspire someone. Sharing how you're feeling about your workout and how you felt before you were doing workouts, and just really letting them get to know you. Sharing your food and saying, if this was 2 weeks ago, I would have stopped at the pizza store on the way home, or whatever works for you, whatever you were doing that's changed for you. Sharing inspirational quotes. It's very easy. Go to Google. go to Google and put in inspirational quotes, motivational fitness quotes, something, and don't just pick anything, go through it and see sort of how you feel at the time. This takes time, okay? This is not something that you're just gonna like be really great at in the beginning, but you have to get used to it. You have to get used to those posts, okay? So 3 to 5 times a day, daily, and again, don't be scared to overpost. Like, yeah, you don't want to post all 5 in 1 hour, okay? But get used to that, because you got to remember that not everybody's seeing it every time you post. Different people see it at different times, and this has happened for me where like a day or two later someone will like something, or it'll start to get traction. Traction is when people start commenting and it starts coming up more. So if you have a post that has a lot of comments on it, it's going to start to build traction. It's going to start to go back to people's news feeds, because again, Facebook says, oh, this is important. People are commenting on this. People like this. People want to see this. So it starts bringing it more. Okay, so 3 to 5 times a day, at least minimum, guys, 3 times, at least minimum. Again, you want to be in their mind's eye. You want them to start seeing you. If you haven't been someone that posts all the time, you slowly start trickling it in, once or twice a week. I was never really a poster. I came on, like I said, I had 50 friends, 90 friends by the time I was on for 3 or 4 months. I recently just got back on Facebook. And so, it wasn't something that I just blew out and was every day posting 5 days. I worked myself up to at least, sometimes 5 or 6 times a day, depending on the day. And that's that. On the weekends, I'm a little bit less because I'm just, doing more, but you really, really want to be doing that, okay? Third thing, inviting, part of our vital behaviors, inviting, okay? Invite, go out there, talk to people, invite them to your challenge group, invite them to your accountability. More importantly, invite them to this business opportunity, guys. I didn't start doing this. I should have done this way earlier in my business, okay? I regret that I didn't really start presenting the business as much as I am now. And even though, I may get no's and I may get, consistently, I'm not interested, or not right now, or, it's not for me, or I'm going through this, or what, I'm presenting at least 8 to 10 times a week to people straight out of the bat with the business opportunity, because this is an opportunity. That's it. It's an opportunity. You are giving someone a chance to get fit, to get healthy, to get paid for it, and to help other people do the same. Plain and simple. You should not be scared to do it. You should not look at recruiting as a bad word, as a bad thing. You are doing a positive thing for someone else. You are possibly giving them, as long as they do the work, an opportunity to have freedom in their life financially, to feel the healthiest that they've ever felt. So go out there and look for people and find people that are wanting this, okay? If you see people complaining about their jobs, if you see people complaining about how tired they are of doing the same thing and they want to change in their lives, and they're complaining about their health, go out there and offer this, okay? If you see that they're positive and they're putting up posts that are very inspirational and things like that, and they're already doing what a coach would do, say that. Reach out to them. Hey, so-and-so, I love your posts. They're so inspirational. I was wondering, have you ever thought about becoming a coach? That's it. Have you ever considered becoming a coach? Very simple. Question mark. Leave it in their ball. Oh, well, I don't know what it is. Don't start rambling everything it is. Just say, well, basically, I help people in an online group to stay committed to their fitness and wellness goals, and I train other people how to run their business doing the same. If I sent you a webinar about this, would you be interested in watching it? That's it. Send them the webinar. See what happens. Check in. Say, okay, I'm going to check in with you, 2 days from now. If it's, Sunday, say, I'll check in with you Tuesday. Does that work for you? Always end with a question. Always leave it in their court, okay? Because you're offering them something. You're giving the opportunity to watch it. You're going sort of on their time, when they can be able to watch. Don't check in every 2 hours. Did you watch it? Did you watch it? Like, don't do that. Please don't do that. But go out there, and share this with people, because it's an amazing opportunity. And it's like, you have to realize that and really have that energy when you're sending this out, because it is something that can change people's lives, all right? So inviting to your accountability group, again, once those relationships are built, once you've reconnected, saying, listen, I've got this group that I run every month where I help people, stay committed to a fitness plan and a nutritional plan. Would this be something you're interested in? Did you have any, do you have any wellness goals? Now remember, You have to be backing this up, and this goes back to your 3 to 5 times a day on your newsfeed. You have to be backing up that you're living the lifestyle. You have to be backing up that you're out there helping people. So they've got to see promotions that, you know, you're running your invites on your account, on your Facebook posts too. Okay, don't just rely on people just assuming they know and they know what you're doing. You have to invite them, and you have to be showing them what you're doing. Okay, so you're adding 3 to 5 new people, you're posting 3 to 5 times a day, you're inviting 3 to 5 people a day to your challenge group, or at least, you know, 5 to 6 a week to the business opportunity. And I know that sounds a lot, but if you're adding people every day, you're going to see that, okay? And you can do that, and I'm probably going to do a call next week on growing your network. But you can add also a big amount of people at one time by doing certain things as well. But your 3 to 5 a day is really what you want to look forward to, and you have to be tracking. You have to know who you're adding. You have to be writing this down, guys. I waited way too long to do that. People fell through the cracks. People ended up messaging me. I'm like, oh crap, I don't even remember like becoming friends with them. Okay, so you really got to have this down. Posting in groups, okay, this is so important too. Let people in these groups know who you are, okay? So I told you guys when you went through Coach Basics, you know, you're going to find something that is really your interest, that you really enjoy. Like, don't go into groups that you don't care about, that you're not in the mindset about. I spoke a long time ago how, like, I was in wedding groups, and it's like I just couldn't get that feel because my mind wasn't there into planning a wedding. So, you know, conversations felt very fake to me, and I don't want to be fake, and I don't want you or my team to be fake either. I want you to go into groups and places where you feel really comfortable and where you like talking to people, and you can talk very easily and smoothly. And again, you're forgetting that you're connecting. You're just having a conversation. Okay, so 2 or 3 groups where you're going in daily, where you're posting something of value in the group, or you're posting a picture, you're posting a question, and they're seeing you consistently, so that if you are conversating when they're posting, or in other conversations that are going on, they know who you are. They get a feel for you. So if you do friend them, or maybe they friend you, or maybe they go to your page, there's that camaraderie there where you guys kind of feel like you know each other. Okay, so you want to be doing that, and be social in there, be talking in there, have that conversation, 4 to 5 comments back and forth, and then friend them. Now, you've got to be very careful, in these groups now, because a lot of these groups, if you private message people, we're going to tell on you, and blah, 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 all that crap. Like, that's why I'm telling you, be different. Be different than these people that private message these people right out of the gate. They don't get to know them. They don't build a relationship with them. I can't tell you how many people that have come to me, like, I've friended them, and then they've went onto my page, and then after they've seen my page, said to me, what do you do? Like, I think I might be interested in something like this. They see that. I don't have to do that. I don't have to ask them, because they see. They see the life that I'm living. They see my posts. They see everything that I'm doing. Okay? And yeah, sometimes I will message them, but it's after I've built that relationship. And hey, if they go to the administrator and they say whatever, it's very rare that they're going to do that, again, because I've built a solid relationship with them. I've had a few conversations with them, in the messages. I've went back and forth on their pages 2 or 3 days after, and so they're seeing my stuff and I'm seeing their stuff, and so there is that relationship there. Do not be that spammer, icky person. Please, it like irks me when I see that. It's like, didn't these people get trained? I'm sorry, it just really bothers me. Because it happens to me. It happens to me, and they reach out to me, and it's just like, no, stop doing this. You're ruining it for people that really care. Anyway, checking your online office, guys. If you are not checking your online office, and let's say you had a storefront business and you didn't check your books, like it would be your books if you had your own place. If you didn't check, how things are going in your business would fail, and it's the same thing with this. Okay, I check my online office every single day. I'm looking at customer orders. I'm looking at my sponsorship drill down. I'm looking at news. I'm looking at maybe some blog posts that I can put into my accountability group. Okay, there is so much wealth of information there that you always want to be sure you're doing that. You want to be listening to the National Wake Up Call every Monday. You want to be getting into the news and see what's new and what's going on. Sometimes they have trainings in there. They have like a few, articles and stuff on training, changes in prices, things like that. Okay, and again, once your team is growing, you want to be sort of, in a place where you're looking at what they're doing. You're looking at, where they are falling in your rank and whatnot, and obviously that's as you get more into it. But you want to be checking your online office every day, okay? That's my first thing on the coach trackers that you guys have, and the Coach Basics, those of you that are in it right now are going to get it. It's the first thing on there, okay, is to check your coach online office. Okay, so that's your go-to. And, this is not something like a to-do, like in terms of when you sit down to do business hours, but it's a given, and that's being a product of the product and reading your personal development, right? The vital behaviors. Why? Why, again, drill it into your head. If you are not a product of the product, if you are not doing the workouts, if you are not drinking Shakeology, if you are not sharing these things, nobody else is going to want to do them with you, period. You have to be proof the products work. You have to be showing results. You have to, which is the great part about this. And you have to be showing how much you enjoy this and love this, only if you do. If you don't, I don't want you to fake it. But most of us do like it, or else we wouldn't be running this business, okay? And your personal development, this is, guys, if I go 2 or 3 days, it doesn't happen anymore because I know the value of it now. But when I first started, if I went like 2 or 3 days not doing my personal development, all of the little doubts started coming in. I don't know if this business is for me. It's too hard. I can't find people. I can't find the right people. My coaches aren't doing anything, because what happens is you're not reinforcing all the positive stuff, right? We need to be reinforced all the time with the fact that it takes time, consistency, success, tools and things that we should be doing every day in order to create the successful lifestyle. That confidence and reading things and hearing things and things that talk about failure and saying, it's not failure if someone says no. And it's not failure if you're struggling. You just have to find another way, or maybe you're not doing everything that you could be doing. Okay, so every day you should be having at least, that time where you're either listening or you're reading something. And again, I am all about spirituality. You guys know this. I am all about law of attraction. I'm all about all that stuff. And that stuff is great. That stuff is wonderful. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the success principles of things to actually do that successful people do in order to be successful. It's not enough just to think about it. It's not enough just to visualize. Okay, you really have to be learning, especially network marketing, going in and finding books about network marketing and how to talk to people and how to have conversations with people. Okay, we're not all born with this ability to be able to do that. I am extremely lucky in that I had a job, and I'm sure many of you do too. I mean, come on, most people have a job where they talk to a lot of people during the day, but I had a job where the exchange of, about family and life and work it comes very easy because I'm a therapist. So that when I talk to people online, it's easy for me to do that. If that's not easy for you, if that's something you struggle with, get a book about that, how to have conversations with people, how to build relationships with people, okay? GoPro is a great book where you can read about network marketing, how to have these conversations with people, because you can do this. You can learn the skills that are necessary for your business to succeed. Just because you're not able to do something right now, or you struggle with something right now, does not mean that you can't improve on it, okay? That's the beauty of this business, is you can always grow. You can always become a better person. And returning your messages, I'm not going to lie, it gets hard to keep up with everybody. I try my best. I am constantly, trying to make sure, especially as my team grows and my business grows, you really have to have this order with things. And sometimes people are falling through the cracks, even with my list. Okay, but doing your best to return messages, especially, when people are interested, especially when people are really reaching out to you. And I talked about this earlier, I'm sorry, honey. Not being too readily available, because again, there's going to come a point where you're not able to answer everybody's stuff right away, or you're going through stuff in your life, and you don't want to give the impression that you just slacked or anything like that. But I always try to make everyone aware in my team page or mostly my accountability group, if things are going on, if things are a little crazy, I always say in there, sorry guys, I'm just catching up with things, I'm just whatever it is, this is going on, or that maybe I don't share exactly, but I'm always very open you know, if I'm not getting back, you know, right away to people, that maybe I'm going through something, or maybe I'm not feeling so well. And so don't be afraid to do that, okay, if you can't do that. But definitely returning your messages. And you're checking into your team page. You know, you're checking into your accountability group. We've talked about this, you know, you're a leader. You're a leader. If you're not in there, if you're not showing up, if you're not, again, this doesn't mean like people's stuff and just keep it moving. Again, I know that it can get hard, especially when you have a lot of people. I have a lot of people in my group. There's posts like all day. I have notifications all day. Who posted, who's eating what, who worked out, who put up an inspirational thing, who's got a question. I get it. So just take some time when you get home, 10, 15 minutes. Again, if you're already spending time on Facebook, utilize it for your business, okay? Because you can be getting paid for this. You could be helping people for this. You could be helping yourself for this. So, you know, not just seeing Facebook anymore as like this thing that you just do to hang out on. Okay, it's different now. All right, so those are your basics, okay? Those are your basic things. Obviously, as your team grows, as your business grows, you have a little bit more tasks, you have little things that start to add on, but it's very interesting because if you're doing the work and you're doing it consistently and you're doing it as a routine, and as other things start to come onto your plate, you start to find a way to be able to fit it in and to be able to do it, okay? And there is always a way. So, so that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, you can comment below. And just really, again, you know, I really want you to think about consistency. You know, and it's just like your fitness. You know, you don't see results, you know, 2 weeks in, 2 days in, 3 days in. You know, I know all of us probably like are looking in the mirror and we're trying to see it, but we're not, right? It's going to take time. It's going to take 3 to 4 weeks. It's going to take daily activities every single day, eating clean, working out, drinking water, taking care of ourselves in order for us to eventually start to see that the results start to happen. It's the same thing with your body. You know, it usually takes about that 12 weeks for your body, for other people around you to really see that difference. So that's 12 weeks. That's the same thing, okay? That's 3 months. It's the same thing with this business, okay? It's it's that compound effect, those slight edge things that we talked about. And again, if you really want this, listen, like I said, if you don't want it, don't do it. That's it. Don't do it. But if you really want this, these are the things you have to start really disciplining yourself and treating this business like a job. You know, when I don't want to do certain things, and believe me, there's things that are very mundane to me in this business that I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think again about how much freedom it means for me in the future. I think about how much freedom it means for my coaches if they're staying on track with their goals. I think about all the people I'm helping, the real big picture of everything, and then that mundane task I have to do doesn't seem so bad. All right, so I hope this helps you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night, and sorry I got on a little bit later. All right, but you guys can watch the replay, so have a good night.